Greetings YouTube, Skill Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we look at another early access game. This time we're looking at Black Skylands, developed by Hungry Couch Games and published by my friends at TinyBuild. This game has you in the role of a young airship captain. Your goal is to explore the titular Black Skylands in an effort to save your people from the Swarm, a group of monsters that threatens to wipe out the human race. Now the game doesn't have the most original story, but what it does have is a really good mix of top-down action and some survival mechanics, with a little bit of faction building thrown in for good measure. This game is really exciting. I love the pixel art style, and I love the mix of action, shooting and crafting that this game has, along with the opportunity to pilot an airship. I really enjoyed the first part of this game, and we're going to have a look at it together, and I'm going to let you know what my thoughts are as always. Let's have a look at Black Skylands. Mum. Dear Ava, happy birthday. Please take a seat, breakfast is almost ready. Mum, Dad's ship is at the pier. I saw it in the spyglass. Daddy's back. He made it. I told you he'll be back in time. You're right, your dad is in the living room, but he asked not to be disturbed. Daddy, I'm coming. So he played the part of Ava, a young aspiring captain. Daddy, you've been away for so long. Like 100 years, or 200. I missed you so much. Ava, did Mum tell you that I'm really busy? Happy birthday. Where have you been? What did you find? Did you reach the edge of the sky? Did you see the whale, Father? Tell me everything. Slow down, you'll find out everything later at the fair. But now I've got a job for you. I left one box in my ship. Be a pet and run and get it. Okay. Admiral Richard commands and Captain Ava obeys. Set sail. So our first quest is to go and fetch a box of cargo for our father. This is where we can work out how to use the grappling hook to board ships, which is a really novel idea for a game set in the sky. We have a mystery box. The grappling hook is a really nice addition to the game, and it also makes a nice weapon if you know how to use it. Ava, this is a gift for you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, my daughter. Oh wow, what is it? A pistol, like a real pirate. Wow, this dad's pretty cool. I didn't get a pistol for my 11th birthday. You wouldn't believe how hard it was to get. No one else in Aspia has a pistol like that anymore. Thank you, Dad. Can we go and play? You can be my bosun like before. Sorry, there's no time. I need to prepare for the fair achievements. Meanwhile, Ava, you helped me. I asked Aaron to get berries for the cake. Your brother's still not back. He probably got to playing with the hunters again. Go see Uncle Kain. He should know. He can teach you how to use your pistol at the same time. Grandpa Oswald, you came too. Of course, granddaughter. How could I forget about your birthday? Here's your gift. Amazing. A moth. A living one. She's so sweet. Thank you, Grandpa. I think you're old enough to have your own moth. Her name is Luma. Luma, you're so great. Do you want to go for a walk? So the moth acts as a respawn point for us. And we have our first ranged weapon. As you can see here, we can also modify all of our equipment. We won't be able to do that yet. The basic pistol is pretty weak, and its range is pretty bad as well, but it'll do us for the start of the game, at least the tutorial section. What have you got there, little miss? A toy pistol. Want me to show you a real one that hurts people? Crash, you're frightening the girl. Get out of my sight before I get angry, and think about what you're doing. Forgive my comrade, Ava, he's a fool, a sick man. Don't waste your bullets on him, or does your pistol not shoot? I think it does, but I don't know how. It's cool though, isn't it? Dad gave it to me. Uncle Kain, teach me what to do with it. Since when have I been uncle? This is one of the only problems with the game is a lot of exposition, and a lot of it really isn't necessary. It could either be skipped or could be made a little bit more brief. Mum told me to call you uncle now since you become the chief hunter. Well, if Lauren said so, let's have a look. A normal pistol. Just take aim and pull the trigger. As you can see, the crosshairs start spreading apart the more you fire the pistol or any ranged weapon. If you want to hit with any sort of accuracy, you do need to line your shots up and not panic fire. It's a nice touch for a top-down shooter anyway. Fire again. Go on. To get used to a weapon, you need a lot of practice. Okay, so we need a couple more shots. Who's a beautiful bird? Who's so clever? You're my pride and joy. My feathered comrade's proud of you too. Your falcon's grown so big and graceful. Thanks, Ava, and joking aside, you're a born shooter. Only one eye, but a sharp one. Look after it if you don't want to be known as the world's first blind sniper. This year I set up a training camp for young fighters like you near the Carpenter's Valley. I bet your camp's where Aaron flew off to. Your brother's not a runner. He was pestering me about the camp yesterday. So that's bad news for my boys and girls. Will you save them? We need to patch up Daddy's ship. I'll go find Uncle Jim. So go hunt down our other uncle. On the way we can grab some currency here. These crystals will let us buy things and pay for modifications for our weapons and gear. Happy birthday, what's your daddy like? Vanishes for nearly a year, gets everyone worried, and then comes back for the fair in the nick of time. What's that, a pistol? Seriously, let me have a look. I don't know what Richard brought back this time, but look how his eyes are burning. I get the feeling the Osnians won't be able to compete with our fair this year. Maybe you could take me to the hunter's camp. Daddy let me take his ship. That does need repairs. Okay, I'm going to try and make this a little bit brief. Basically, we're going to speak to our friend Elsie and convince her to get us a repair kit. Now we can head up and do some repairs on our ship. Now you can anchor onto any ship, not just your own, which is a nice touch. You do have to be careful though. One wrong move and you'll find yourself dropping into the open sky and a swift death. You repair any ship by placing repair kits in the hold, and then you can just consume the repair kit and boom, your ships are good to go. So now we get to fly our ship. After we've spoken to our friend. I'll fly to look for Aaron at Borvin's sawmill. Mum said he'd flown there. I hope he's alright. The ship's probably not fueled, so drop by the fuel station on your way. So we're got to go and get our ship fueled up. This is our first opportunity to be able to pilot a ship. We don't have any weapons on this one. It's more of a transport ship than anything else. And we're nearly out of fuel, so I'm going to hopefully, oh, there we go. A somewhat nice parking job. You need to park in such a way that you can get off the ship with your grappling hook too. We'll go and refuel our ship. It's a nice touch. You do need to keep an eye on where all the refueling stations are so that you don't end up running out of fuel and being stranded in the middle of nowhere. So I've got my ship fueled up. I might refill this fuel canister before we load it into the ship storage. Nice. Now, one of the things that's really nice about this game is the ambient sound and also the things going on in the background. You can see there's other ships flying around both above and below you. There's wild animals. You can see birds flying by, bits of stone floating through the air. It's a very detailed world that they've got, and I think it's a hallmark of TinyBuild games. They tend to get that pixel art absolutely perfect. Okay, so time to go and check out what happened to our brother, and we'll grab some money on the way. We'll need this later on in the game when we can start upgrading our weapons, and we are going to need upgrades. This game, despite its rather cutesy feel, is very difficult. It does have some roguelike elements to it. Another young earner who's come to show off her abilities. No one's been able to beat my record. Your obnoxious brother's here too. He tried to pass the test incognito. He got into a box and almost made it to the end of the test. He was too big and he got stuck in the box. We didn't bother to pull him out. Man, that's savage. They're just going to leave him to die in there. Okay, so I guess we're going to go and rescue our brother from starving to death stuck in a box. We'll just go and gather some crystals. Using the grappling hook is an absolute must in this game. Whoa, nearly died then. It's very easy to fall off the edge of a cliff too, but thankfully the game's pretty lenient when it comes to ledges. As long as you can use your grappling hook in time, you won't die. We have to head up here, gather some more resources. Again, we can later on we'll get our hands on more substantial firepower, shotguns, machine guns, flamethrowers, all that good stuff. Do a little bit of parkour here. Oop. And here's the first enemy in the game. Thankfully, they're not very well armed. Nice. So we've got ourselves a healing item we can use. Much like Dark Souls, you can use a roll to avoid damage. We've got an enemy down here. I'm going to try and see if I can... No. Nearly dead. So I see if I can hit him with a... There we go. Nice. So melee attacks are very powerful, but later on in the game, enemies get their hands on some really heavy firepower, so I won't be able to cheese battles like that. Ava, I'm here, in the box. I almost made it to the end of the test. I was invisible and unstoppable. True, I did get stuck in this box. Can you take me to Uncle Jim, the head of engineers? He'll work out how to get me out. My legs are going numb. Well, I suppose I'd better, since everyone else was willing to leave you for dead. We've got one more enemy up here. I can sneak up behind him, give him a little bit of a love tap. Like so. And take our little brother back to our uncle. Is that blood? Did the young earner decide to become one of us? Just paint. How disappointing. Did you find your brother? Shove him in the hold and fly home. It's time for the real professionals to train. Well, if that's your colleagues you're talking about, they're probably all lying on their back at the moment. I'm assuming this is some sort of paint gun or pellet gun, a BB gun. Otherwise, it just murdered 3 people in cold blood. One of the only things about piloting the airships in the game, it's sometimes hard to tell whether ships are on the same level as you, and thus you can crash into them, or whether they're part of the background. Later in the game, it can be a bit frustrating. It's a minor inconvenience. You kind of get used to it after a while. Moving resources. You can move resources between the Skyship, hold, and the warehouse through the interface. Okay. Oh, okay. That wasn't the greatest parking job. You probably should park in a bay that's not not occupied. My dad's probably not going to get his insurance back on this ship. I'll see if I can just reverse it in there real smooth like, and not propeller the docked pieces. Could be worse. Whoop, better get my brother. Okay. Oh, okay, I need to actually put it in the storage. My bad. So I need to pop it in the warehouse. There we go. Aaron, how did you even get in there? Hello, Uncle Jim. People tend to underestimate boxes. As the head of engineers, you must understand that. Just imagine how many people you carry in boxes at once. You see, when I grow up, that's how everyone will travel. I wonder if this guy's related to Solid Snake. You're a funny kid, Aaron. Let's get you out of there. We'll grease you with motor oil and you'll pop out like a cork. There we go, nice and easy. Okay, so now we have to go and talk to our dad. Sweetie, you're just in time. I want to show the heads of the factions my discovery. Or you wanted to walk around here until everyone gets here? I think we walked enough. So what did Uncle Richard bring? I can't wait to take a look. Stay with me, enough of doing your own thing. Everything's clear, you can begin. At last. My dear friends, any discovery requires long searching and sacrifice, but earners are ready for that. We live for tomorrow. The average person will find it difficult to accept what you're about to see. Up until now you've been living in blissful ignorance, but it's time to say farewell. Blissful ignorance, I'll be even more blissful to see the miserable faces of the guys from Uznia when we show them Aspia's great new discovery. I'm more interested in science than politics. May we now examine the object. How impatient you are. Well then, welcome to the future. It kind of looks like a hydralisk from StarCraft. Where did you dig up that monstrosity? Is it dangerous? It's a sample of the swarm. That's what I've named the species of animals that live in the eternal storm. For a long time those lands were hidden from us. But my team was able to penetrate the storm and discover an extraordinary ecosystem. Before he was one of the inhabitants. We gave it the name Linger. No doubt his appearance frightens you, but he's a peaceable creature, and furthermore he's under the influence of a tranquilizer. You only get claws like that on a predator. Trust a hunter's instinct. I'm inclined to agree with him. Elsie, get behind me. I have personally seen how Linger eats the grasses of the eternal storm, samples of which I brought with me. He's no carnivore and he's not aggressive. That remains to be seen. I can't wait till the two of us get started on our experiments together. Let me get a closer look at you. Are you crazy? Keep away from it. My gut tells me this creature is dangerous. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Come on, Uncle Kain, a funny little thing like that? Oh, he's after him. Die, monster. Oh, got him. So it looks like our uncle took a hit. And we've proved the swarm seems to be a very dangerous adversary. The town's being bombarded. We'll find out why in a moment. In addition to the danger of the swarm, there's also some other human factions that are not so friendly. And there's a bit of a civil war going on between the different factions at the moment. Unfortunately, the bombardment of the town has resulted in several of the denizens being killed. That's the last coffin today. So there's a bit of a time skip. I'm now 18 years old, 7 years after the initial incident. Dad, the coffins are ready. Today we lost many people, parents, friends, children. For 7 years now we've had darkness without end. That's no reason to give up. We continue to fight for our fallen comrades and the future generations of Aspia. The sky is always hungry. The sky is always hungry. So sent off our comrades into the Great Divide, into the Black Skylands. I'm becoming a master of funeral addresses. I'm so tired of losing people. As if we don't have enough trouble from the swarm, now Kain's falcons have gone crazy. Things will get better soon. I think you better rest. Today was a long day. Kain's falcons are flying this way. They want to finish what they started. Hide the children of the hold and grab arms. Don't panic, I won't let the falcons do anything. So it appears like Uncle Kain has now turned against us for some reason. This doesn't bode well. Please accept my condolences. Oh, it looks like he lost his arm in that initial attack 7 years ago. I'm sorry there was a misunderstanding between Kain's falcons and the earners. A misunderstanding? Your militia fired on the father ship with the howitzer you swore you'd use against the swarm. People died. That's why I flew here. I want to apologise. I didn't want these deaths any more than you do, Richard. I'm a keeper of order, not a killer. We just sent a dozen coffins on their final journey. What are you after all if not a killer? Unfortunately, sometimes my lieutenants let me down. Let you down? I think that this guy should be court-martialed. There are times when they don't follow orders, like firing an artillery cannon into the middle of a group of innocent people. I swear to the residents of Aspia that I won't allow any more indiscipline. Lieutenant Mort, what do you have to say for yourself? Mort must say sorry for playing with the earner's ship. Mort promises he won't do it again. Yeah, that guy certainly looks like he's full of remorse for what he's done. Make sure you don't forget your promise. 3 dozen lashes will await you back at Kain's fort. No, please no. I mean, he looks like he's going to enjoy it. He's pretty sick. Let's talk about you, Richard. I know about your plans to go to the Eternal Storm and I'm here to stop you. Are you saying we should wait until the monsters swallow us up? Not me. In the storm, I'll find something to use against the swarm. I had to go there as soon as possible. You don't change, Erna. You spit on all of us and act like a hero, but you're just making it harder for me to defend the people of Aspia. Remember, Richard, I'm following your every move, and I'll destroy the fathership before I let you run away. My family always thought of you as one of our own, and this is how you thank us. You've taken me and my children hostage. Your children are safe. I give my word as a falcon. I wish no harm on Ava or Aaron, just preventing you from making mistakes. Mistakes? It'll be a mistake for all of us to back into a corner like pathetic animals and devour each other while we wait for death. You think I'm pathetic? Well then. Kain, what a lovely surprise. I didn't expect you so early in the morning. I can't believe my little girl is already 11. How time flies. Snap out of it, your daughter's 18 now. It seems like all of the stress of the past 7 years has broken her mind. She's got dementia or she's definitely not well. I sent Ava to look for Aaron. The rascal just slipped through the clouds again. Help Ava if she comes to you and fly over here more often. It's always a pleasure to have a cup of tea with you. Certainly, Miss Mills, I'd be delighted. I hope we understand each other. I'm leaving. Lieutenant Crash here with you, just in case you happen to forget what I've said. And on that note, we may leave it. There is a rather long campaign, and we will begin to explore Skylands. If you would like to see more of this game, I'm happy to delve into a little bit more, but I hope this gives you a bit of an idea on whether you want to pick the game up. As I said, it is very heavy on dialogue, and I think that is definitely something that could be improved by a great degree. But apart from that, it's a solid action game. It's got some nice crafting. It's a really good beginner game. You don't need a lot of... it eases you in, and new players will enjoy this type of game. So A lot of TinyBuilds games are punishingly difficult. In this game, it's not easy, but it tends to be a little bit more forgiving than some of their other titles. Have a look. It's currently not yet out on Steam, but it will be going. It will be on the store shortly. Have a look, and if you play it and you enjoy it, let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a like, leave me a subscribe. It really helps. And hopefully you'll join me next time when we look at another indie game. Until then, Skill Incarnate out.